Hello YouTube, how's it going? So these are my thoughts on TikTok. On January, as y'all may know, January 18th is where, like, late night is where they turn off TikTok. And then they were saying sorry at this moment. It popped up on your screen, they were like saying sorry at this moment. We're gonna ban TikTok until President Trump decides, or something in those terms, something is fixable, or and then on the 19th it was still off, and then there was a notification on your phone that is back on TikTok. So my thoughts on TikTok is, it has its pros and cons. TikTok is a good source of making money, if for all those content creators that want to be a content creator. TikTok is a good platform, to get followers, to get your community in, to get people engaged. But it has its pros and cons also. Like, it's addicting. A lot of people depend on just one app on TikTok, because it's more easier to engage the audience, is more easier to interact. And a lot of people are on TikTok. They left YouTube, they left Instagram, they left Facebook because of TikTok. They started liking more TikTok than other platforms, because on TikTok you could post some certain things, and not get banned. But on Instagram it's more stricter, and on you know Facebook, not a lot of young people go on Facebook, only on Instagram a little bit. But the majority of all the people, like 170 million people, are on TikTok. So it's a big platform, you know? And people are putting out their businesses, their clothing brand, shoe brand, or and they're posting it on TikTok, and they're getting a lot of feedback on TikTok. They're getting a lot of likes, and people are visiting to those places. Even what's it called? Gamers, people that play, and they're on live and they post video games, and that's what they dedicate. So it's addicting too, because a lot of people use TikTok. A lot of people can't leave the house without their phone. They're constantly on their phone 24/7. They're on TikTok 24/7. Like, they can't even go to the bathroom without using TikTok. That's how addicting it is. Like, to the point where they're in the bathroom, they're taking a dump, and they're on TikTok, or they're on their phone. So it's really addicting, TikTok. Also, it was from China. It's from China, TikTok. So basically, the government, what they were saying is they can spy on us. But it's the same thing as Instagram too. Um, they track us on Instagram, they track us on Facebook, so it's like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as China looking at our stuff, the same thing as the US looking at Instagram, the same thing as US looking at Facebook. It's just TikTok was getting more attention, more followers. People were getting on the apps more on TikTok than Facebook and Instagram. And Instagram and Facebook were losing some type of money. That's why. That's why I think too. But it has its pros and cons. TikTok is a good source of income. Some people quit their jobs to be a full content creator and started posting on TikTok, and they started winning revenue. They started winning money and all that stuff, and it was good. And then some other people were using TikTok as an outlet, as to spread positivity, and others were using it for bad, were bullying and all that stuff. So it has its pros and cons on why TikTok is good and bad. Sometimes being on TikTok, you lose some social skills with your family. Sometimes people don't interact with other people because they're scrolling on their phones, they're on TikTok, and they can't have a simple conversation or and talk, or they're so much addicted to the phone that they can't go for a 30-minute walk, a 30-minute jog. They can't go and do their daily things because they're on TikTok a lot. So it has its pros and cons. But I think, you know, I'm against of banning TikTok, but you know, it has its pros and cons, you know. When they when they stopped TikTok, a lot of people were freaking out. A lot of people were going like, "Whoa!" Like it really hurt them, you know, because of their followers, and they were crying, and people were saying, "Oh, now I have to work a regular job," and you know, and also people are becoming more lazier, you know, off of TikTok. So, and then we're not working. So, if don't rely on these apps, don't rely on TikTok anymore. Find you a job, a regular job, and then get a side hustle, you know. So, yeah. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.